This is Roy Washington Jr. from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and this is my favorite 4’s. From top to bottom, just because I'm from North Carolina, I would say number one would be Dave Mirra. Number two, because I raced BMX, and this guy really influenced me when I was in California, I would say Dr. Jason Richardson. Number three, just because I am in North Carolina and the team manager happens to be in North Carolina as well, so I want to say Lee Ramsdale, number three. And then number four, I'm going to say Kyle Bennett, who's not with us anymore. My favorite rider off top probably would be in the Carolinas would be Dan Foley. Dan Foley is one of those riders that I see quite often. Number two, Rob Darden. I see him in North Carolina several times, as well as Virginia. Number three, I want to say a motivator of mine right now, I'm going to say David Long. Number four, I am going to say that's a hard one, man. I like, and he's not really a rider. He's a rider that's come back to riding, and maybe this will change in another question, but I want to say Eric Williams. And those are my top four local, not local, but North Carolina riders that I get to see on occasion, because I know them and because I like what they're doing. So my four favorite amateur riders would be John Rogers, I don't remember their names, but I know who they are. Todd Nichols, Daniel Wood, and David Long. You're in this category as well. Favorite videos, because I'm a racer, I'm gonna have to go with all the transit videos. Oh man, Colin, man, you are the man, and I still look at those videos today. The props videos, transit videos, the fit bike early videos when Mike Aiken was a part of the team. And what other videos? Just the videos that David puts together as far as our trips that we've had in the past. Those are my favorite videos. Funnest places to ride would be shotgun trails, Richmond trails, to include the track and the pump trail they have in the middle of everything. Capital City BMX, and Rowan Park in Fayetteville, North Carolina. All-time spots that I rode: San Diego Kearney Mesa track, 401 trails, the World's Track in Ontario, California, 2001 or 2002. And then the 2005 Christmas Classic in Columbus, Ohio. Okay, well, I've got an injury where I lacerated, avulsion my left leg. Still have the scar from that. Laceration, avulsion. So that's number one. Number two would be when I broke both collarbones in Hampton, Virginia when I was stationed out there. I broke both collarbones inside of like 4 weeks and never went to the hospital for them, so they healed on their own. Number three would be riding trails with Jason Richardson in California, and I went back to the trails. Not quite sure if it was Lakeside where we were riding at, but I went back to the trails by myself and landed on my neck. And actually stayed out there for about 2 hours afterwards. Crawled back to the car, drove home. My wife was pregnant with my oldest daughter, and we were supposed to take pictures that day, but that got canked because I had to go to the hospital. And then number four would be when I broke my arm in 2018 or 17, and I was in contention for the #1 title here in North Carolina. And I ended up with my calciferol pills coming back and still winning one of those titles, either a cruiser or a 20-inch. I can't remember, but I broke my arm that year and still won the title. So I'm stoked. I was stoked on that. Top four, I want to say I listen to a lot of Mobb Deep. I don't know, that music just gets me hyped. Mobb Deep, rest in peace, Prodigy. I listen to a lot of Nas. That's number two. I listen to a lot of Incubus. That's be number three. People might not know that about me, but I listen to hard rock, hardcore rock, keep me motivated. Alternative music. So number three would be Incubus, and number four would be Nicki Minaj. My favorite trick as far as like jumping, I like T-bogs, so that's number one. Number two would be X-ups. Number three, if it's a trick at all, just manuals in general, just manualing down the street, for how far along I could manual. And number four would be I'm currently learning how to bar spin, and I haven't got that down yet, but that's going to be something that I want to dial in on my 20-inch as well as my dirt jumpers. I like to see no-footed can-cans. I like to see tail whips. I like to see transitional jumping out of bowls. Transitioning when they jump out of the bowls and they hop up on the coping and then they manual and then jump back into the bowl. I love to see that shit. And then I like to see trail riding. Just some good trail riding. Nice, wholesome trail riding. I like to watch on YouTube those, I like to watch Crankworks a lot. I like to watch the session they have in England, I forget what it's called. Battle of Hastings, yeah, that shit is dope. I love that. The Battle of Hastings. I like to watch BMX Supercross races on TV, on YouTube, like right after the Supercross World Cup, they'll put it on YouTube, and I like to watch every race. And then I also like to, and this is from way back in the day, I like to, because I'm a board member at Capital City BMX, when I go to the races and I race, I like to watch the kids race, because they're very competitive, and I like to see the competitiveness between the kids and how they come up in the sport with age groups. So I like to watch that, so that would be number 4. Top 4 travel destinations, I want to say PA, South Park, Louisville, Kentucky. I'm still going to put Richmond, Virginia, and that track, the trails in there with that. That's going to be my number 3, top 3. And then the number 4 is going to be 401 trails when that was popping. Favorite movies right now, man. I just seen that movie Quantum Mania, man. I like that one. My second favorite movie would be Guardians of the Galaxy. My third favorite movie would be just the whole Mandalorian series put together. Call that a movie. So that's number 3. Number 4 would be of all time, Rad. Because that got me motivated to ride BMX. Non-BMX hobbies. Well, I'm a father, first and foremost. I'm a husband. Non-BMX hobbies. I am a advanced medical laboratory technician that's in charge of all the equipment at WOMAC for patient testing, so that's non-BMX affiliated. And then the 4th thing would be I like to formulate programs for kids and families to move, which is BMX affiliated, but it's educational. Top 4 BMX brands for me would be Box BMX, Box Components, Spy Optics, ODI Grips, and my own formulated Tanbark Racing Enterprise, TRE. Those are my top 4 brands right there. And you'll also see that on the USA BMX Moto list. You'll see Box BMX, TRE, ODI, and Spy as my main sponsors or supporters for any racing that I do this year. Top 4 goals and plans for right now is to graduate with my MPA degree in May. Number 2 is to get the trees cut down in my mom's backyard so that I can start building my trails. Number 3 is to just learn how to relax this year. And I think I'm going to be able to do that. And number 4 is going to be able to make our BMX subculture a little bit better than what it is right now by continuing to doing the things that I'm already doing. First and foremost, I want to thank God for having the opportunity to enjoy the things that I enjoy. Secondly, I would like to thank my family, my immediate family, my wife, my kids. Third, I would like to thank David Long. And fourth, I'd like to thank my parents for just giving me the positive upbringing that they did. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. So, that's my top 4.